See who's online. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Let me know if you're online. Let me know if you can hear me. How are you doing? How have you been? How was your weekend? And I hope you are excited to begin a new working, a new schooling, a new business week, as the case may be with you. Good morning to you. This is Pastor Nina, and I welcome you to Monday Inspo. I want to say a very big thank you to all of you who put calls through after our broadcast last week, Monday, all the encouraging comments, all the testimonies, the feedback. It was just beautiful. It was just awesome. And I am so glad that we're getting impact from the Monday Inspo. And I'm so glad to be with you this morning on Monday Inspo. Welcome to everyone who is joining us for the first time on Monday Inspo. I trust that you will be inspired, you'll be challenged, you will be blessed as you follow through what we do here on Monday Inspo. Now, last week we talked about nurturing relationships, and I see that it was really exciting. It was something that people could relate with. It was something that people could practicalize, and everyone seemed happy about it. And I'm so glad for that. And just to take it a step further, we still will be talking about relationships today, but I want us to look at something I have tagged your company, your identity. Your company, your identity. Now, the book of Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 20 tells us that the man who walks with the wise will himself be wise, but the man who walks in the company of fools will be brought to destruction. Now, it means that if you find yourself in the company of wise men, if you walk with wise men, you in turn will become wise. Alternatively, the opposite of wisdom is foolishness. So anyone who is not found walking in the counsel of wise people will then be found walking in the counsel of foolish people. And as long as you walk in the counsel of people who are unwise or people who are foolish, you will become foolish. It is just a matter of time. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the saying that 20 people do not work together for 20 years. Well, very, very familiar saying, and a lot of people buy into it. Now, I have some exceptions to that because we have people who have moved with a lot of their friends for a whole lot of years, probably more than 20 years. Yes, but maybe when they began, they were 20. After 20 years, they may not be 20, but we still have friends who have worked with us for so long a time. And we even have people who have worked with us until we begin to introduce them as my friend and my sister, my friend and my brother. He used to be my friend, but I can say he is my family now. He is one of me. Why? Because there must be something connecting you. There must be something keeping you together. There must be something that is uniting you and making you stay together over the years, irrespective of all the things that would have happened and irrespective of all the other friends that would have dropped by. Now, your company is your identity. There's another saying very popular that we all know. It says that birds of the same feathers flock together. So when you see a company of birds moving together and all of them, for instance, are eagles, there may be one that is not an eagle in that company. But because you see, there are a company of eagles just going. And that's what people can see and identify. They just say, oh, this is a company of eagles flying past. But in the real sense of it, there may be one bird amongst all of them that is not an eagle. But he has been measured and put as the company of eagles. Why? Because he chose to walk with the eagles. Now, there's this beautiful story that I've always heard from someone I respect so much, Dr. Mrs. Becky Eneche, and she calls it the sheepified sheep. The sheepified lion, sorry. The sheepified lion. Now, this is a story of a lion, a cub that was born, but was kept in the fold of sheep, was kept with sheep. So this lion started growing and started behaving just like the sheep will behave. Started eating grass and everything that sheep will eat. Now, this lion had lost his identity as a lion. It had lost its identity to roar. It had lost its identity to be identified as a lion because it was kept in the company of sheep. So everything that it did like it was a sheep. It saw itself like a sheep. It behaved like a sheep. If the sheep will bleat, it will do the same. It will not roar because of its company. So it began to be identified as a sheep. But in the real sense of it, that was a lion. That was a cub. That was some animal that had the potential to roar and sheep would take off. But here it was, a sheepified lion. Why? Because he moved in the company of sheep. But a day came where it got a reflection. It was able to see itself in the water, in the face of water. And it looked at itself. And it looked at the other lion that was there. And it realized that, look, there's something about me that is not adding up. He looked at himself in the water again and he discovered that, look, I am not like this sheep that I've been moving with. Rather, I look like this other lion that always comes around. So it decided to identify itself, decided to reevaluate itself, look at itself again, look at the lion that was around and say, look, I am not a sheep, I am a lion. And that was the end of tarrying with sheep. It now began to move with its real family. He identified himself and moved with the lion. And trust me, it took a while, but then everything about it changed. Its identity eventually changed. I want you to look at this episode of Monday Inspo like the water. Look at it like you looking at your face in the mirror. Looking at it and identifying yourself and asking yourself, am I actually moving in the company of the sheep or in the company of the lion? Am I actually moving in the company of the wise or in the company of the foolish? Growing up as a single girl under the pastorage of my dad, he used to say something to us. When you move around with friends and you sit in a drinking bar, for instance, and all your friends are taking Star, and all your friends are taking small stout, and all your friends are taking all those alcoholic drinks, and you claim that you don't want to take that, and you don't do that, and I'm just taking Coke, or I'm just taking malt, and you sit around them, over time, one day, you will progress from taking that malt or Coke to tasting what they have before you. Why? Because that's the company of people you are moving with, and you soon will take up their identity and begin to function like they function. So you see, while I say we should nurture the relationships, you also need to know that the relationship you nurture must be the right relationship. The relationship you nurture must be the right relationship. You must keep company with the right set of people. You must keep company with the people who are good, the people who are insightful, the people who are inspiring enough for you, the people who understand where you're going and are ready to push you in that light to achieve your purpose. Learn to work with the company of people that you will want to be identified with. If you move with a group of people who are known to be thieves, you will be named among them. You will spend a lot of time trying to convince people that you are not one of them. So if you move with the people that you know that what they do is wrong, you need to sever that relationship immediately. Except, of course, if they are willing to change and turn a new leaf. People, your company is your identity. Don't let people identify you by a wrong name just because of the company that you keep. It's important for you to keep the right company. It's important for you to move with the people that you know have a vision. People that you know where they are going. Don't move with people that have the crab mentality. If you put a lot of crabs in the bucket, it will take almost forever for one to fall out of that bucket. Why? Because as long as that one continues to try to get an escape, the rest of them keep pulling him down. Eventually, nobody leaves the bucket. Don't move with people who are like the crab. Move with people who have a great vision. Move with people who know where they are going. Move with people that will help you become the best version of yourself. Move with people that you are ready to push to become the best versions of themselves. Your company is your identity. Remember, he that walks with the wise himself will become wise. But he that walks in the company of fools, the scripture says, will be brought to destruction. The reason why so many people are stagnant and have not progressed beyond where they are now, the reason why many people are struggling is because they're carrying on a baggage of relationships that they should have severed. They're moving with the wrong set of people. Oh, beautifully put, the scripture says that iron sharpens iron. So does a man sharpen the countenance of his friend. So if you are moving with people that do not sharpen your countenance, then you need to sever that relationship, except they are willing to change. If you are iron, you cannot be moving with wood. What the scripture says is iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. Wood and iron cannot sharpen each other. Except, I repeat, the people around you are willing to change, except the people around you are willing to learn, except the people around you are willing to grow. You have no business being in a relationship with people who are unwise, with people who do not have a vision, with people who are not willing to be challenged, and people who do not know where they are going. Remember, lastly, that your company is your identity. Be sure to be identified with the wise wherever you go. In this week, I want you to check out your relationships. Check out those relationships that you've tagged along with for so long a time. What have you gotten out of it? Can these people be called the company of the wise? Look at yourself in the relationship where you are. Are you a sheepified lion? Or are you living as a lion, the king of the jungle yourself? I trust that you will use this week as a week to amend the relationships that you find yourself in. Be sure to walk in the company of the wise so you yourself can become wise. Remember, evil communication corrupts good manners. Keep your communication safe and sane. Stay safe, stay blessed, and keep enjoying the love of God. And trust me, I do love you. God bless you.